Hello. Hello, Instagram. We're just waiting for Facebook. There we go. Now we're live everywhere. Hey there, it's Sunday morning, and I'm Jenni Rochelle, and welcome to the Surviving His Sex Addiction and Betrayal show. I do this show every Sunday morning. And today I wanted to talk about how our values can keep us stuck. I know that seems maybe a little counterintuitive because values are a good thing, right? We all want to be living in accordance with our values. We all want to be in integrity with our core selves and our beliefs and doing the right thing. And sometimes, though, those values, which are really underlying all the decisions we make throughout a day, and we make a lot of decisions throughout the day, and some of them are snap judgments, right? But it's our values and the things that we hold dear and the people that we want to be that drive all of our decisions, and especially our big ones. So today I'm talking to a specific woman. I'm talking to the woman who has discovered that her husband is a sex addict. And you know in your heart that you don't want to stay. You know in your heart that it's not right for you, that it's not safe, and you want to move on, and you can't do it. Okay, I'm not talking to the woman who still wants to stay and works out, and I love both of you and I work with both of you, but today I'm really talking to the woman who knows she wants to go but can't understand why she can't do it. Or one day you're like, I'm out, I'm leaving, that's it, I'm done. And then the next day, well, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll stay. Maybe I can work it out. Maybe it's not so bad. Is this for you? Is this you? And so here's the thing. Actually, I think almost all partners go through this. Like that's a normal part of what happens. You have this discovery. You go into this long, extended period of ambivalence, of like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna leave. Here's the thing, the reason why you can get really stuck in that phase, if you're stuck, you're normal. Okay, first of all, if you're stuck in that phase, you are a normal girl. Hear me, you are a normal girl. I did that. um, the reason why you get stuck is because your values are in conflict with one another. And when we have two values, and we all have multiple, and usually we have like five or six or so core values that we operate by, right? But when we have two big core values that are in conflict with one another, that's when we get stuck. That's when we waffle back and forth. So for women, if that's you, probably I'm making a really good sort of educated experiential reality informed guess that it's the conflict of family and honesty, fidelity, right, trustworthiness. So you highly value conflict in marriage. I'm sorry, you highly value commitment in marriage, in family, and so you want to keep your family unit together, right? You want to stay married. You want to keep your kids with their dad. You want to keep an intact family. And then on the other side, you value, right, loyalty, honesty, fidelity, like all of those things that you said in your marriage vows. Like you value those things too. And so, and you also, I'm going to go one layer above that. One layer above honesty and loyalty and fidelity is safety, right? Safety. So really, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to peel it back a little bit and say I think those are probably the primary values. It is family and safety. And often for partners, those things are like this, right? They're butting up against one another, and you find yourself sort of caught in this crack between these two things, between a rock and a hard place, right? And so one day you're like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna work it out for my family. I can do it. I can do hard things. And the other day you're like, fuck a bunch of this shit. My nervous system's dysregulated and I'm in fight or flight mode. I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, both of those things are true. And of course, that's why it's really hard to make a decision and stay there. And unfortunately, like partners can stay there for a really long time, years. It took me years to get to the point where I knew I wanted to go. And even then, I went back and forth and we tried to reconcile so many times because of that values conflict. And here's like the good news that I want to share with you. So I want to talk about like what happened in my personal life yesterday and say that like what I think we have to do, what you have to do is you gotta learn to let go of how those values can look like and how they can show up in your life. Okay. So yesterday, I had a birthday party at my house for my youngest son. So the son that I have with my ex-husband, who's a recovering sex addict, and I do believe he is in good, solid recovery. Um, and we had a party at my house that I share with my new husband, right? And in our backyard, and all the kids were here, and my ex was here, and we spent the day hanging out. And we can be around each other now, and I can be around him now, and it doesn't dysregulate me because I don't need anything from him, and he gets to show up and be a dad, for our son, and it's just like this new vision of family. And I hope I'm making sense. Like, I never in a million years would have thought that like we could show up as this new family unit of me and my husband, my current husband, and my kids from my previous marriage, and then I have kids from my previous marriage before that. So also, just so you know, so this is in fact my fourth marriage, and I don't really like to talk about that because I feel self-judgment and shame, and it was also one of the reasons why I stayed probably way too long in my previous marriage to my husband, who was a sex addict, because I was like, I can't get divorced again, right? Because I value family. And it was really hard to let go of that and move on. But you have to start peeling away like these images in your brain, in this vision, in this rigid ideas about what family is and what it looks like and what it can mean. Because if we just let go, it can be something far more complex and beautiful than we ever dreamed of. Like, I'm so happy in my life right now. I am so happy and in love with a man who loves me better than anyone has ever loved me before. And that's a direct result of all the work I did on myself from the previous marriages, most especially the one to the sex addict, for the time that I spent healing myself and like really getting to the core of what was going on with me and my childhood trauma. And I'm rambling a little bit. But I just want you to know, like, the key to a new future is letting go of what you think it's going to look like and what family looks like and what the vision of the future looks like, because it will be something beyond your wildest dreams. Like, we know that's how God works. That's how spirit works. When we let go, there's room for the universe to come in, make something remarkable. And what happened in my house yesterday was a miracle and remarkable and so good and so good for my son, right? All my sons. So in conclusion, if you're stuck and you're going back and forth, A, you're normal. This is part of the healing process. 2, it's probably your values that are getting you stuck and keeping you stuck. 3, you gotta let go of what you think family's supposed to look like and make room for something far more beautiful. And 4, you're probably gonna need help to do that. It's really hard to see when you're getting in your own way, and that's why you need support. You need a coach, and that's why I do what I do. I had a coach. I had 2 coaches, 2 therapists, 2 yoga teachers. I had so many people walking this path with me. So if you're ready for some support and you want someone to help you dig into what your values are and how they're keeping you stuck and how you can find freedom and liberation and beauty in your life, because it's there, then go to chatwithjenni.com, Jenni with an I, chatwithjenni.com, and you can schedule right into my calendar. You can pick a time for your free consultation. I would love to hear from you. I would love to walk this path with you. That's what I do. I feel like that is what the universe has called me to do, and it lights me up. So, again, you're a normal girl. It's probably your values that are keeping you stuck. There's freedom to be found. All right? Until next week, love you all.